Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Yes, now. What? Now. If I hit this button, boom, the whole program's gonna start.
Okay, well, hit it.
All right.
Now, something completely different.
Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and that's it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at?
Right here.
Always going in, never doubt it. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. We the hottest, search about us. Competition microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppe Hour in your system.
This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, hanging out with you and you. And don't think I forgot about you for the next hour. Call me, leave me a voicemail, 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You tweet at me, at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Today in Pedophiles.
The big shock that millions of you got on your phones, I'm sure. This changes. We were having this conversation about Drake and Kendrick.
I don't think it changes anything.
Yesterday, right? Because we were talking about
everybody in the office buried Drake and said it's over. Drake's done.
Kendrick,
blah 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 blah.
Anybody who thinks that is an idiot.
As 7 of the top 10 songs are from his new album GNX.
Right now, this moment in time,
Right.
a snapshot.
But Spotify, it's end of the year, and Spotify sends out its rap list for the year, and everyone gets to see not only what they streamed.
Wow,
but
look at that
they
list.
They also released this list. So
Taylor Swift, number 1. Drake, number 2. Zach Bryan, number 3. Number 4 is Morgan Wallen. I bet Zach Bryan being number 3. I bet Brianna Chicken Fry is going to try to take some credit for that. Because whenever a man dumps a woman and he's successful and there was success during the time he dated somebody, they take credit for no reason. Number 4, Morgan Wallen. Number 5, Kanye West. Number 6, Future, which I'm surprised by. Number 7, Kendrick Lamar. Number 8, Travis Scott. Number 9, The Weeknd. And number 10, Metro Boomin.
Top 10 streamed artists.
Taylor's number 1, which we kind of expected.
Right.
Look who's 2.
2.
Where is Kendrick?
And
there?
Kendrick
Number 7.
is back at 7.
But let's be honest here. In the beginning of the year, we weren't really talking about Kendrick Lamar. In the beginning of the year, it was all about Drake. I saw Drake in concert. That was a weird concert. I was in a suite. I'm not bragging like, oh, look at me. I go in suites. I just happened to produce a radio show called Mix and Swig back in the day, and it's owned by the Bartolo family, so they're very rich, and they have a suite. And I had that moment when I felt old. I was on a date. I brought a 40-year-old to a Drake concert in a suite, and there were these younger-looking girls. I'm thinking 18, 19, and they're talking, and they're like, did this song come out in 2009 while Drake's performing Best I Ever Had? And I said, yeah, and they said, I am as old as this song, and then I was like, right when they said that to me, they told me that they were 15, I could not believe it, and I immediately... I was like, I'm going to the other part of the suite. Let me see these hot dogs.
4, 5.
Yeah, okay, we can all see it.
7.
It's definitely a really interesting stat considering that Drake complained about the 20v1 and even his lawsuit probe.
Yeah, it's almost like he's projecting that he does that stuff.
Claims that, UMG helped Kendrick Lamar, beat him in the rap battle.
No, it didn't seem like it really happened. I guess you won the battle, so what you complaining about? Oh, that's right. He called you out for liking underage girls, you creep.
But at the same time, Kendrick Lamar is #1 on Apple Music.
On Apple Music streams?
Yeah, he's and not like...
I don't know why, but I feel like Kendrick Lamar is just Apple Music. To me, Apple Music is a little more like classy. Spotify's what everybody has, but like Apple Music, they got like the radio shows and that on there.
Like Us is their top song, so...
For the year. I mean, what I see when I look at that is there are still, even as all the Kendrick success...
Of course.
And Not Like Us being such a huge hit for the year, as that's going on, there are still Drake fans who maybe they're not playing it in the club as much. Maybe Kendrick's getting that, but people at home...
Well, here's the thing. I listen to Drake a lot. I have about 100 Drake songs saved. I'm not going to turn off Best I Ever Had just because he was hitting up Millie Bobby Brown.
Has a massive catalog. This is for the whole year, so they're not just streaming new music. They're streaming everything that he's ever put out. So.
All right. So there's that going on in the world of Drake. And then I don't like always beginning my show by talking about things that happen in Florida because I literally have listens in 18 different countries and 50 different states. But let's talk about this locally in Tampa because it's just so funny.
Happy hot topic! Hey, welcome tonight. I'm Mark Wilson.
And I'm Allie Corey. Thanks for being with us.
I have a man crush on Mark Wilson. If you're not in Florida, you don't know who the hell Mark Wilson is. Hubba, and I'm hetero.
Hey, welcome tonight. I'm Mark Wilson.
And I'm Allie Corey. Thanks for being with us. Our top story, the city of St. Pete has given a big boost to the plans for a Rays stadium.
The Rays were on their knees like, we really never had a deal in Tampa. We'll do anything. I'm sorry.
The city council just approved the bonds to fund their portion, leaving it now in the hands of county commissioners. Let's bring in Fox 13's Evan Axelbank.
Before we hear from the great Evan, by the way, when you drive by the Trop, it looks like an eyesore you would see in like Cleveland or something. It looks like a factory. The Trop always looked atrocious. Search up Tropicana Field if you've never seen it. But before and after, it looks even worse.
He has been following this one for years. He's live at City Hall now with the very latest on this vote today. Evan, a pretty important one, right?
Yeah, and this is a major reversal.
Why can't the news fix this? There's 4 seconds of dead air. Right here, DVD. Hey, so what's going on? And they wonder why AI is replacing the news. You can't even fix the delay.
Yeah, and this is a major reversal from just a few weeks ago when it was hard to see a path forward. The city now says it has done its portion of this project. They say they have approved the $287.5 million.
They're like, we've done our part. Now show up, Stu.
Dollars of the bond. They have fulfilled their end of the bargain, they say, even though the Rays have said, at least in the past, that they are not exactly sure how funding their part of the stadium, the team's part of the stadium, is going to work out. Nevertheless, that is for another day.
That is the most Tampa Bay Rays way of looking at things. We got this part done. Now let's push this back to March 2025.
The vote today was 4-3, with Councilor Gina Driscoll flipping from delaying the vote several weeks ago to saying today she's been satisfied that the Rays have reassured her that this deal is still possible.
The Rays are very mediocre when it comes to having a fan base, but I will give it to the Rays. That they have like enough of a fan base where I think it brings in money to obviously Fergs.
Despite their previous public comments. Mayor Welch echoed that, saying the Rays will not be sending a termination letter. It will now fall to county commissioners, who are expected to take up their $312.5 million bond vote on December 17th.
That's going to be real interesting. Nothing says happy holidays like dealing with a mediocre baseball team.
The Rays have said the twin delays will significantly increase their cost to the point that they aren't sure if they can afford to match the city and county's $600 million in bonds. And they say
there's always something. It's never just we're done. There's always more.
Their cost could be
like a woman.
Even more than that, but under this contract, they are responsible for that, the city reiterated. Now, one counselor was furious that
I can imagine you got the boomer counselor, or maybe the young millennial who doesn't care about baseball.
The item was added at the last minute to today's agenda.
Yeah, it's very Tampa Bay Rays to kind of just, slide it in there a little bit.
Here, though, is the mayor reacting to this vote and also to our question as to whether the Rays have told him they'll be able to fund their portion of this stadium.
Before we get to it, congrats, Mayor, on having empty apartments downtown that nobody can afford. And congrats on having infrastructure where not almost everybody, but a lot of people lost their cars due to the roads flooding. But at least we got a deal done for a baseball team that no one really gives a shit about. What is with this dead air? I don't understand this. Local news is like, why is nobody watching us anymore? I've been doing it 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Make a wish. This show has been. But seriously, what is this? How can you have 4 seconds of dead air?
We have talked about a number of scenarios. End of the day, the city has responsibilities. Today we took care of our obligations.
Yeah, I like it. He's saying we did what we needed to do. Now it's on these morons.
Ability to fund our commitment. The county has an obligation, and the Rays have an obligation. Those are businessmen and women. They know how to put together a deal. They're partnering with Hines, one of the biggest developers in the world. And so we'll have conversations about how they can fill that gap.
When partners are communicating via letters, such
that's so boomer,
as the ones that we have seen, it's not an indication of a good partnership.
I like Lizette. Hell yeah. One more time. Awesome.
When our partners are not here.
Yeah, where are they at?
It's not an indication of a good relationship.
I love Lizette. I would swipe right on you. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Finally, someone calls him out.
There's no commitment to move forward. There's no clarity.
I love it.
As to what will happen with all the agreements between the parties. And this is how a 30-year relationship is supposedly beginning.
Good point. And by the way, she's wearing a wedding ring. I wouldn't want to get into arguments with her.
Now, the team has said the city shouldn't even fix Tropicana Field and that they'd like to reach a settlement over the stadium.
Just knock it down. It looks like a shithole anyway.
Which would bring them upfront revenue.
All right. I love the Rays. They crack me up. This is so pathetic. And then even their energy when you're at games, it feels pathetic. Like you're trying to make something out of nothing. And then when you're around people that work there, they mean well. The whole production is B-team vibes. You're not the Lightning or the Bucks, but you might be better than Todd Bowles.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Yeah. Word them up. Hey, yo, turn the bass up a little bit, G. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Now check it out. I come again, phone up again when the drummer come in. Synonyms don't wanna end, rock
Rakim's gonna win. Always seem to come out at the right time with the right rhyme. Smooth in the day and sound rough at nighttime. Just an echo in every ghetto, meadow and valley, side street and alley. From New York to Cali, I've been seen in every state in between on stage. They scream every phrase, I lead a city in a rage. It's off to the next one, the blessed one. That's my procedure. Leave you in a deeper mind state than anesthesia. You catch a seizure if you try to stop the great. When I operate, just let the crowd please or drop the weight. This one is a gear from everyone from here to there. Ideas that you hear, severe to the ear. Nevertheless, I provide a worldwide request and manifest. And this is from the east to the west. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums and clubs. From New York to Cali, climbing over dogs, girls, blowing kisses and throwing hugs. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums and clubs. From New York to Cali, climbing over dogs, girls, blowing kisses and musical vibes. I memorize in my mental enterprise, then improvise live with my supplies. You know the quota, fashion, new designs that shine, the international kind. Start the rhyme, time the motor, universal format. Adapt to wherever you're living at. From all four corners of the map, whenever they play it, it gets interpreted, hip-hop related. Already dedicated to keep it heavy populated. Attract everybody that could rock. Do a block party, make it look like Woodstock. Yeah, rock him a law. Nothing similar to my seminar. They travel never far, plus that's where the women are. I like to ask them what's the best time to hear me rhyme. Nevertheless, I provide a worldwide request and manifest. And this is from the east to the west. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums and clubs. From New York to Cali, climbing over dogs, girls, blowing kisses and throwing hugs. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums and clubs. From New York to Cali, climbing over dogs, girls, blowing kisses and throwing hugs. Coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums and clubs, rhyming over dogs for thugs, girls, blow me kisses and throw me hugs. An expert at a concert on stage, I got classics, which means my smash hits won't age. Just sing along, I bring a song, I'll be swinging long.
Oh, sure.
Do a thing to dawn, I came to bring it on. Stop it all the record stores across the nation. Blow at the radio station to show appreciation. Retreats for the streets, beats for the jeeps. I reach incredible feats to get deep for my peeps. Prop for the unorthodox style I got, they couldn't wait for me to drop new stock for the block. Stalking cassette decks, Walkman headsets, I come on. Fly concepts, just high tech. My first display still converse with the days of slam. That's why the man's first jam still played. So tell the neighborhoods I got the goods again. It's Rakim, then again, that's how it should have been. Nevertheless, I provide a worldwide request and manifest. And this is from the east to the west. From New York to Cali.
What about Chicago? The second city, I guess.
New York to Cali. Dogs, girls, blowing kisses and throwing hugs. From New York to Cali.
What about Tampa?
Coast to coast, I've been ripping.
Or St. Pete.
From New York to Cali,
or Germany.
Dogs, girls, blowing kisses and throwing hugs. Back in the 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Coming with the butters, you know what I'm saying? Let's rock them along. Nothing changed with the
yeah, it's Rakim with New York to Cali. From St. Pete to Pinellas Park, Ryan drives to record Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Friday, even though you're probably listening like 3 days later. This following segment has been brought to you by the best honey around, Delta 8 CBD honey around. DZBZ honey at dzbzhoney.com. When you go there, you get it in the form of a lollipop. Lick the lollipop, the rapper. A honey stick or a jar of honey. Go to dzbzhoney.com. And check out, use keyword Hoppe. HOPP. Sounds good? Cool. Hi.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
This is Eric Zane. You're listening to Hoppe Hour with this fucking giraffe. Hey, you're listening to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
He had daddy issues and is attracted to women with them. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Hi, guys. It's time to smoke it up. You know how Scott Farrell says, shake it up? Mine should be smoke it up. I'm going to do my Scott Farrell impersonation. You have to be a deep radio geek to get this reference, or a guy that's like 55 plus. This is Scott Farrell, real quick, for people that don't know.
Hey, I'm Scott Burrell, and you're listening to Hoppe Hour with my boy Ryan Hoppe.
Time to smoke it up with Ryan Hoppe.
Now talking.
I'm going to hit this weed pen.
Hour, it's the time. Rolling up that fresh dime.
Tuning to the story
Every time you hear this, it's me taking a hit.
of the plan, no worry. Every puff, every toke. Hero of the hot folk.
We news can't confuse Hoppe speak.
We have no news. We're just smoking.
On the
So if you're driving around, maybe not driving around, don't do that.
From the
But you're at home smoking a blunt while listening.
he's got the score.
We're going to pause this and take a hit together. Woohoo!
Cannabis, that's the game. Welcome to the high fame. Rolling paper state to state. Keep it cool.
Really smoky in here.
You'll love a great debate. Hoppe's got you feeling great. Listeners gather round.
This is all alleged.
From under.
That's why I don't film. I'm just joking around. I totally wouldn't hit my pen.
Always there.
Happy Hot Topic.
I want to let y'all know that I could wake up tomorrow and sign a contract, and I will have half of 65 million or half of 70 million. My bad.
I can't imagine dating Cardi B. That voice is so annoying.
Cardi B was born to flex, and she's proving it to her fans who are questioning whether she's broke. It all started when the 32-year-old posted some sponsored content with the clothing brand Shein, leading some users to question whether Cardi has a cash flow problem.
The funny part, in the post, it said edited, so she probably had like a typo, you know what I'm saying? How do I know this? Because all my posts are edited.
Since the company is known for its affordable fashion, while the rapper is known for rocking designer goods.
In this one dress she's wearing, her boobs are about to pop out, which is the most Cardi B thing ever.
The mom of three takes to X Spaces to share some audio, setting the record straight about her financial situation.
People say that I'm surviving off Shein deals and brand deals.
Yeah.
I want to let y'all know that I could wake up tomorrow and sign a contract, and
shit it out.
I will have half of 65 million or half of 70 million. My bad.
Cardi also continues to flex, sharing the staggering number she says she spends in a month.
That's going to catch up to you, though. You better stay relevant the next 25 to 30 years, Cardi.
Spend like about $3 million in a month.
That's stupid. That's $36 million you're spending. And I feel like I'm spending too much when I go to Starbucks.
Spend about 3 M's in a month.
And the Hustler star has receipts, too. She even...
Oh, good for you. You keep receipts? We're so proud of you. Moron.
Posts a screenshot of an alleged tour deal she has in the works. As she explains, though, it's all about timing with her next album.
I don't know why. I thought the reporter was going to say it's all about that bass.
The Grammy winner hasn't dropped an album since 2018's Invasion of Privacy, but
she really has not put out a song recently. I remember the first time I was listening to WAP, it was the funniest thing ever. Anyhow, she's in. There's some in this house. Anyway, so I was at a Chinese buffet eating pork roast. It's getting all chewy. And I go, I want to listen to WAP. I want to see what the outrage is about and hearing about all this stuff while I'm eating like sushi.
says one is in the works. Then Cardi drops this little piece of business advice, proving she knows her worth and isn't planning on settling for less.
This is my off year, by the way.
It's been your off year for like the last 3 years. Shut up.
This is my off year.
You're afraid to make new music because you know you peaked.
I don't want to.
And your ghetto personality carries you.
Take tour deals until I announce my album. Because when I announce my album, I know they're going to up it.
All right. That's actually a good idea. 856-49 Hoppy. She may be annoying, but she's not dumb. She's just dumb.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
You keep yourself safe because no one has the right to say
Ariana Grande is clapping back at the constant criticism about her looks.
The older she gets, the skinnier she gets. And I bet she's a missionary queen in bed. Brings no energy and is just awful. Uses teeth.
During a press interview.
And that's a deal breaker. There was a girl I really liked. I really liked her. Mm-hmm. I really did. But she used teeth. And when I brought it up, I went from getting I'm not doing it myself. I went from getting pleasure with teeth to no pleasure at all. So that's kind of a deal breaker.
For her new movie Wicked with French influencer Sally, published December 5th, the actress gets emotional while reflecting on the public scrutiny surrounding her appearance.
Whatever.
My goodness. Yeah. I'm not gonna. It's okay.
I'm about to cry. Such acting. You're awful. You're such a sociopath. You can't even cry.
It's okay. It's a good question.
Really good question.
Thank you. Because, I've been kind of doing this.
And the bald black woman that's in the movie with her is like comforting her. They're like trying to show that Ari has a human side because everybody knows that she's a side chick.
In front of the public and kind of been, a specimen in a petri dish, really.
You know I'm a specimen.
Since I was 16 or 17, so I have heard it all. I've heard every version of it, of what's.
Oh, have you? You're such a victim.
What's wrong with me?
Not the people you treat badly and the marriages you ruin, but you're the victim. The hell out of here.
And then you fix it, and then it's wrong for different reasons.
Ariana, who's long been the subject of online commenters speculating on her weight or whether or not she's had
what weight? She's like 0 pounds. She seems like the type of person to take a bite of a cheeseburger and be like, I had enough.
Plastic surgery, says judging someone else's looks can be dangerous.
There's a comfortability that people have commenting on that I...
Yeah, they're anonymous and you respond to it.
I think is really dangerous. Yeah. And I think it's dangerous for all parties involved.
But the 31-year-old has found her own way for blocking out the noise, detailing her coping strategy on dealing with body shamers.
But I do know what the pressure of that noise feels like. It's been a resident in my life since I was 17.
Oh, cry me, I remember. Blah, blah, blah. Your father didn't love you. Whatever. And there's this. Doesn't matter how hot a woman is. If she's psycho, she'll kill you.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Now a tragedy as a model murders her husband, then turns the gun on herself before
she's crazy.
Her life spiraled out of control. She was an in-demand model who was featured in a memorable story here on Inside Edition. Les Trent has more.
This beautiful model is
big ass boobs
at the center of a murder-suicide tragedy.
Shots fired to people on the floor.
In 2021, we asked Sabrina Krasnicki to go out and about in New York City to see if men catcalled her.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
It was
that is so New York City.
The height of the COVID pandemic, and we wanted to see what would happen if Sabrina's face was covered with a surgical mask.
Will it make a difference if Sabrina...
Oh wow. What the hell? Wait. I'm like learning this with you guys. I watched them. I should probably start watching the videos before. I'm coughing here. This is not what I expected. This is even better.
Wears a mask.
In 2021, they had her wearing a mask while her boobs are about to pump out.
It took just minutes to discover the answer.
You're mad beautiful, baby girl.
Excuse me, what'd you say?
You're mad beautiful.
Have you ever gone out with somebody who whistled at you or catcalled you on the street?
Absolutely not. That would be the last guy I would ever go on a date with.
Now, stunning news. Cops say 27-year-old Sabrina shot her husband to death on the balcony of their luxury high-rise apartment outside Fort Lauderdale. Then cops say she turned the gun on herself. The sound was
oh, it's the woman from the video? Whoa!
Captured by police gunshot detection technology.
What a bitch! Those are some gunshots if I've ever heard them. I mean, she was like making sure he's dead. That is like something out of The Sopranos.
According to one report, neighbors heard the couple arguing in the weeks leading up to the shooting. A violent end to a life that once seemed full of promise.
Walking around the street in New York City getting catcalled. If that's a life of promise, I mean, it didn't work out. She ended up killing her husband and then herself. So to say a woman that had potential, she's walking around getting catcalled for Inside Edition, that's kind of leading to a life of failure, if you ask me.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Gotta heat up, nigga, I'm already hot. It's like a young bitch waiting to get her cherry pop. We flushed every hood, flooded every block. You motherfuckers cooling off like Ready Rock. Yeah, and you know we feed killers. Give them the green light to terrorize these niggas. Lemon squeeze triggers, extended full clips. We the bogus boys and we stay on bullshit. Yeah, I'm hood rich, no paper trail. Benny Hill ass niggas still chasing tail. We making hell on stage, tricking off this dough. Just to watch you broke niggas scoop it off the floor. We the pot of gold labels, put your budgets up. I'm too hot to hold, nigga, get your oven gloves. We caught fire like a book of matches. I can't stop them red hot like chili peppers.
Yeah, so ahead of them, who the fuck is comparing them? Apparently, they ain't on our level, nobody cares for them. Streets don't honor them, so why even acknowledge them? Well, obviously, we ain't them niggas they want a problem with. Think we finna stop, but really it's the total opposite. Been the hottest cellular buzz, it's no accomplishment. Lame motherfuckers clogging the lane, but that's the politics in the game. Full of bullshit and I have zero tolerance. Somebody tell them rappers speed it up while they running the rap race. I already to kick my feet up. Believe us, we got this shit shaking like a seizure. We at these niggas' head in case they develop amnesia. Relax, little homie, exhale and take a breather. Don't worry about who hot or who not, because you neither. So you can keep your industry cosign, pay you niggas no mind. Charlie, we been hot, bogus boys on fire.
Pass it over.
Yeah. First you was hot, now you just warm. I remember when you first got your shit going. Tiptoeing around the gangsters, rubbing elbows. Straight clown, all you needed was a red nose. Sweeter than Kool-Aid, in the county down at the bottom of the food chain. Put you on Front Street, for those that don't know you. Act like you won't beef and I gladly expose you. Yeah, it's 100 deep, nigga, this a movement. Straight killers, they don't rap, they just listen to it. I'm trying to battle with you rapping ass niggas stupid. Run up in these gunslingers, we'll get the shooting. I see you niggas losing, you hear the people speak about the name, we the hottest thing in the streets.
Nah, Hoppe Hour is sorry, bud.
Boys, got it locked cause I'm hot like corduroy.
Got it. A life I can't relate to. Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. That's LEP Bogus Boys with Heat Up from 2011. It really pisses me off that rappers like Lil Durk are the ones that end up making it big out of Chicago and not LEP Bogus Boys, because these guys are 100 times better than him on his best day after 2014. Lil Durk's attorney, rap lyrics as evidence means there's no real evidence. Lil Durk is facing a legal slugfest with the feds claiming he's the mastermind behind a murder-for-hire plot, and his attorneys are convinced it's a classic example of prosecutors grasping at straws with some street-savvy rap lyrics because they don't have a real case against the rap star. That's the one thing. A lot of times these rappers really admit everything. They're like, Julio goes into the drug house and he murders the guys and then takes their girl and takes her into the room and fucks her, and then they do a line of coke, and then they go and pass out the drugs on the street, and then I fuck the girl, and then I go to the club. Like, they admit too much of, I know it's a terrible rap song, but they admit too much about what they do. Like Young Thug, he's on like parole or whatever, but he was like, they were having his lifestyle song played in court. And it was so uncomfortable. I wish I could play the video, but there's copyright, that dumb law. Mm-hmm. But what was funny, though, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, was like they admit everything they do in the rap songs. It's like, shut up. It's like, shut your mouth. Not saying you can't rap about it, but when you're admitting to things, you're pretty much admitting without doing it. So, like, a lot of times if, like, a radio host goes, oh, yeah, you know, if I were to do an open relationship, they're in an open relationship. A lot of times if a pop singer is talking about something going on, they're talking about themselves in a character. The same thing goes with rappers. Oh, where do you think they get the idea about murdering people from? And like, it's a thing. Lil Durk at least got somebody murdered and probably has murdered people. It's weird. You don't want to be your heroes. Mm-hmm. You never want to. But you listen to them.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, sure. This following segment has been brought to you by Fortify.com. FORTIFEYE.com. For the best pre- and post-workout around. At checkout, use keyword Ryan20 to save, what would it be, 20%, something like that? No, actually, if it were to be Ryan70, it would be 70 downloads. Mm-hmm. Hi, Rover.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hey, this is Justin Schlegel from the Justin Scott and Spiegel Morning Show on 98 Rock in Baltimore, and you are listening to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
To watch the clock. No need to watch the clock. Hoppe Hour's here to make the traffic jam worth it.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen,
who could it be?
The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Ryan's tall like the sky, 6'9" he's fly. From Chicago to the Bay, in St. Pete he'll stay. Talk of love and fame, dating life's his game. News all stars he spills, with laughter fills. Happy hour, all you need. Rich and Ely, take a seat. Ryan's got the groove. Happy hour makes you move. A cat by his side.
Last night, I had to get up. It was not really night. It was like 4 a.m. So it's early in the morning, getting up to go to work. And she was my alarm clock, literally. I was trying to sleep like 6 more minutes. And I forgot to give her water last night. And as I was getting up, she like walks by the water bowl and like kind of shoved it across the room. It's like, what a brat. I was like, who trained you? You bitch. Oh, that's me. I do attract bitches.
Happy hot topic!
The family of Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, who was shot and killed in New York City on Wednesday, has shared a statement in the wake of the shooting.
Yeah, I bet they're not really happy right now. Not just because like their dad's dead, but the amount of people I've seen online that are justifying murder. Look, I'm not defending him. I don't think he was a great guy. I wouldn't want to work for him. I wouldn't want to be friends with him. But you can't just kill somebody just because they're a terrible person.
On Thursday, Minnesota NBC affiliate KARE obtained a statement from the Thompsons, taped to the front door of their Minnesota home.
And then I'm seeing comments like, I'm sure the families that lost loved ones to his actions will send their regards. But it's like, you still can't kill people. If we allow this to get overlooked, because I really thought about it, because I don't like the guy. But to have the karma, it's like, that's terrible.
It read, "You're shattered."
Oops, it's going forward. I freaked out the system.
Front door of their Minnesota home. It read, "We are shattered to hear about the senseless killing of our beloved Brian. Brian was an incredibly loving, generous, talented man who truly lived life to the fullest and touched so many lives."
Yeah, that's the thing, is he still was a person. Were some of his policies probably not necessary? And maybe was he making too much per year? Should there be a little more humanity and emotion to fucking insurance companies? Yes. We shouldn't just kill somebody.
Most importantly, Brian was an incredibly loving father to our 2 sons and will be greatly missed.
Because now whoever is associated with him, if they were trying to prove the point that people are dying because of their policies, but then you kill him, everybody that has lost so like anybody that's tied to him, his mother, his father, his kids, his wife, even if they live in different houses, anybody who's tied to him, they're always going to think of people that are against insurance as murderers. So anybody who didn't like United Healthcare and didn't like this guy pretty much will now all be put into a category of murderers.
We appreciate your condolences and request complete privacy as our family moves through this difficult time.
Insurance never gives us privacy.
Also on Thursday, the New York Police Department released new photos of a person of interest wanted for questioning regarding the shooting.
It's really weird. New York is being very quiet about it.
Encouraging anyone with information to call in, with a reward of up to $10,000 for information leading to an arrest and conviction in the case. Meanwhile, New York NBC affiliate WNBC obtained surveillance video, which they claim appears to show the suspected shooter riding down a New York City street near Central Park West.
He is the most like murderer-looking guy ever. I'll give him that.
Thompson was killed outside of a hotel in Midtown Manhattan before 7 a.m. on Wednesday. The 50-year-old businessman was later pronounced dead at a local hospital. In a press conference that morning, NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch spoke about the shooting and the investigation.
In Midtown Manhattan early this morning, 50-year-old Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot and killed.
He he looked like he was like 38, 40. When I heard 50, I was like, damn, dude, you look good.
In what appears
You looked good.
at this early stage of our investigation to be a brazen, targeted attack. This does not appear to be a random act of violence. The victim was in New York City to speak at an investor conference. It appears the suspect was lying in wait for several minutes. And as the victim was walking to the conference hotel, the suspect approached from behind and fired several rounds, striking the victim at least once in the back and at least once in the right calf. Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target. The suspect fled, first on foot, then on an e-bike, and was last seen in Central Park on Center Drive early this morning. The victim was removed to Roosevelt Hospital, where he was pronounced. We've been in touch with his family, his friends, and his colleagues, and they are very much in our thoughts and prayers.
This video goes on for another 4 minutes, and I've been saying if I'm bored, you're bored. So that's what we know right now about that.
Today on TMZ.
Well, Sylvester Stallone says he has regrets the way he broke up with his then-girlfriend Jennifer Flavin. He was
Yeah, that was kind of a douchebag move. A very boomer move to send a letter.
ahead of breaking up by texting. He broke up by FedExing.
Yeah, did you guys hear about that? He sent like a package to the woman he was dating. I was like, that is such a boomer move. It's so 90s. I saw this here. This is a good move by Angel Reese. She's not the best basketball player ever. She's a good villain, but she cannot make a layup to save her life. She is now hanging out with Rihanna. Oh, so she's the one doing the talking. Rihanna's chilling, but Angel's overcompensating a little bit. She's like, I love you, I love you. I've had this when I hang out with, like, working with Rover, working with Calta or Drew Garabo, or any radio show I've ever worked with. When you're like in your early 20s, you think it's so cool that you're around a popular person that's like 10 to 30 years older than you. And I still think it's cool, but I view them as humans that will die someday and that poop in the morning and that everybody has flaws. But Angel right now, the way she's doing all the talking, I can see it within herself that she's trying too hard.
I love you.
She's also turned up.
The queen.
I want to work with you one day. Let's do it. I'm always ready.
She said, I want to work with you. So I will go on a limb and take a guess that she will be on the Angel Reese podcast next week. Panthers' Bryce Young talked with Rod Wave after getting benched. I was definitely grateful for that. Rod Wave is a rapper from St. Petersburg who's very popular. I want to like it. I like it. I just don't need to listen to it, if that makes sense. Like, I listen to it and I go, that's really good. I'm just not adding it to my Spotify playlist, but I do appreciate it. It's like country music.
Bryce, everybody wants to know, what did Rod Wave say to you?
Yeah, like 3 people done asked me that today.
Yeah, you're posting about a rapper, bro.
I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna say like the specifics, but he was just cool, like just.
He's like, yeah, hit me up, we'll get some girls, we'll go to the club.
He had just like hit me when I got benched and everything, just being supportive, like just send support. So I would definitely.
He's like, I'll get some girls, 3 times, we'll double streaming.
Grateful for that. Super cool. So yeah, definitely appreciate it.
How do you guys know each other?
Just from that, I didn't know him before that. And he just reached out. So yeah, and I
imagine that power. You're able to get an NFL player's number.
I've been tapped into like
you
for a while. Like I definitely a big.
They haven't won the games or whatever, but the Panthers, they almost beat the Patriots, or not Patriots. It feels like the Patriots. They almost beat the Chiefs 2 weeks ago, and then last week they almost beat, I forget who it was, but they've literally been playing well. Ever since that text, Bryce Young has gotten better. I saw this headline here, and this is very, and I mean very Philly, to swear in front of your kids. Now, it was funny. The first 10, 12 years of my life, my parents were like, don't swear. And then by the year I turned 16, my dad's like, shut the fuck up. And my mom's like, fuck you. And I'm like, ugh. It's funny how that works. When you hear the swear word enough, it becomes prevalent. And Kylie Kelsey went on her podcast, and she talks about swearing in front of the kids. This is such a Philly thing. This is Philly behavior.
There was a lot of commentary about me swearing in.
Oh, yeah. So she's doing this podcast because everybody was commenting on her parenting. So she needs to get her side out.
There was a lot of commentary about me swearing in front of my children.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh, she sounds spicy. You notice how like Travis and Jason kind of joke around. They can get serious. She sounds authoritative. Jason can act all tough he wants in person. Oh, I'm such a football player. He's definitely whipped in that scenario. She's wearing those pants. Just being honest here. She is 100% wearing the pants right then and there.
Not in the initial bunch, but in the second wave, which brings me to the debut edition of a segment I'm calling, you guessed it, Fuck Around and Find Out. The New York
and they have it come out like Jeopardy.
New York Post fucked around with yet another.
Oh my God, my dream is to have Hoppe Hour get mentioned.
Headline. Kylie claims she curses in front of her children daily. What do experts say about that? The problem that I have here is, was it probably an exaggeration that I curse in front of my kids every day? Yes.
She is speaking with authority. Defend yourself, girlfriend.
Do I curse in front of my kids most days? Also, yes. But
so you do.
My kids know, like I said before, that they are.
Oh, I see the side that Jason's having to argue with. I can see where there's a dry spell.
Grown-up words. They don't try to use them. They don't say.
Sure, at the playground, they're like, Mommy was. Never mind.
Them. They don't stop in their tracks. They're not appalled by them because I'm not using them at my children. They're just used in front of my children.
Fuck you, Jason.
I will say, if you say stupid, if you say shut up, if you say loser,
or can I get laid?
They will stop you.
Can I have sex with you? Please? Can we have sex, please, Kylie? Please? I really want to have sex with you. No, fuck you. Get the fuck out of the house. Okay, I'll just go to the side chick.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Addictive, Street Sweepers Entertainment / Flip Mode. Yours truly, Pat Poose. Let's go.
All your sweet talk, it don't mean a thing. Let me break it down for you, make it simple and clean. I got a question, not gonna ask twice. When you're chilling with a girl on Saturday night, you try to play me, acting like a fool. Saw you kissing up another girl, breaking the rules. Have your fun in the game, but when you get home, lady, you'll be packing your things. Cause you thought that you had the best, but you just didn't see. before you mess around. Bitch, that's gonna work it out. You are everything, everything to me, but sorry, babe. You don't mean a thing, not a thing to me. Thought you read anything, babe. You are everything, everything to me, but sorry, babe. You don't mean a thing, not a thing to me. Thought you read anything. Tell me one thing before I let it out. Was she worth the problems that your ass be having now? But you can have her. Call her up on the phone. Tell her that you're coming over. I don't want you to know. Get your lies out my face. Take it to your other girl. She can deal with the case. Cause you started the game. There's nothing more that you can say to get me to stay. You thought you had the You thought you had the best of me. Should stop before you mess around. Bitch, that's gonna work it out. You were everything, everything to me, but sorry, babe. You don't mean a thing, not a thing to me. Thought you read a game, baby. You were everything, everything to me, but sorry, baby.
Y'all know this is, I want you to have all my children. You should feel honored. We live in the days of our lives with no Oscar. Even though I'm young and restless from all the drama, relationships is something like a soap opera. Cause if your man met you and left his ex-girl, what make you think he won't leave you for the next girl? Caught your husband creeping with the girl next door. It came back like a boomerang, you vexed, girl. Equality is what keep me and my lady standing. So when I tell her she pretty, she tell me I'm handsome. If you and your man had a misunderstanding, let me bone your mind to this understanding. He supposed to teach you to understand him. So that's not a misunderstanding, that's a misunderstanding. He treats you like trash, somebody to treat you better. Cause one man's trash is another man's treasure. You thought you had the best of me.
You had the best of me. I knew, but you just didn't see. Should've thought before you messed around. Bitch, that's gonna work it out.
Yeah, baby. Sing it to me. She must have had the worst management. This is addictive. So good. With papoose. Everything. People ask why I say, and you know what my response is? Every single time is, So they go, Ryan, what's up, man? Hey, I listened to Hoppe Hour the other day. I'm like, yeah, I appreciate it. What do you think? I liked it. But why do you say, And my response? It's time to trip. I'm really high, and I'm really tired, and I've been up since like 4:42 a.m. So I am chilling right now at the chill room at Pinellas Park, and I'm really tired, and this is helping me relax, and it's also going to help me break down with you guys that this following segment has been brought to you by westchaseprinting.com. When I tell you it's the best printing company in all the Bay Area, I am a man of my words. westchaseprinting.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, H-O-P-P-E. Here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers always talks about doing ayahuasca. This is what he does it to. This following segment's also being brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts and AmirAcademy.com. When I tell you that he is the best MMA trainer in all the Bay Area, I am a man of my words. All right, let's get back to reality.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Meredith from O and the Freak Show on Wild 94.1 in Tampa Bay, and you're listening to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
If being bipolar and having ADHD was a radio show, it would be Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
This is theme to Hoppe Hour.
Oh, is it?
Find a laugh with Ryan's power. Fun and silly jokes. Hoppe Hour loves its folks.
What's up?
Hoppe Hour.
Oh, yeah.
Hoppe Hour.
That's right.
With Ryan Hoppe.
That's me.
Yeah, he's the topper.
Oh, I am.
Grab your drinks and join the crew. Crazy stories just for you.
Oh, really?
Ryan's here to make you grin.
Got it.
The Hoppe fun begins. Hoppe Hour.
Oh, sure.
Hoppe Hour.
That's me.
With Ryan Hoppe. Laughs are never sloppy. Got your popcorn, got your drink. Turn it up and don't.
856-49 Hoppe. That's 856-494-6773.
Hoppe.
You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. So a few years ago, I was a real slut.
Being a man slut was a podcast. It would be Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Just felt like playing that. So a few years ago, after my breakup, I was a real slut and I was banging on these girls and they all got mad that I talked about it on the podcast. And now they all don't talk to me. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, October 2023. I was getting laid. Well, no, I don't really do that anymore. I deleted the dating app. But I got a number today. I'm so excited about it. I've been working on the MJ Morning Show. And Jacob 2 times has been calling. And if you're a Tampa Bay radio listener, Jacob 2 times will be on Hoppe Hour very soon. I was there for Jacob's 30th birthday 9 years ago. Time's flying.
Hoppe Hot Topic.
I'm not sure how much weight you want to put in this title, considering we're only a quarter of the way into the century, but yes, Beyonce has been named the #1 pop star, the greatest pop star of the 21st century.
I just had a quarter-life crisis, maybe /midlife crisis, because I'm not living to 124. It's scary. But I'm freaking out now. I'm not going to live to see 2100.
And we are 25 years in. I mean, that's all right. Not bad. I mean, there are a lot of big stars. There are big stars. I just feel like, why did you need to? I get it.
Charles is just a hater, man. Why do I think he's a hater? Because I'm a hater, so I can spot one when I see one.
You do it at the quarter century mark.
All right, so there's that. And then there's this, which is a very strange headline.
The FBI is urging Americans to stop sending regular text messages between Android phones and iPhones.
Yeah, it is weird. Like the Android people, I'm not trying to hate on Android, but it's just so like, The camera's cool. If you're in the woods, you can take a picture of the moon. Everything else sucks. And I'm going to hear from Android people. And then the interface is terrible. It takes a lot more pushing things to do one thing. It's just, I got to go to 4 different places to do one thing when there's only 2 things I have to do for Apple. It's just not the same.
The agency says the exchanges are vulnerable to hackers because they are not encrypted. Encryption is a technology that scrambles a message and requires a key to be able to see it. So if you have an iPhone and you need to send a message to an Android user.
This woman sounds like she had a rough night last night.
So you're advised to use
her voice is not quite there.
Secure apps like Signal or WhatsApp. The warning comes amid high-profile recent hacking incidents that have been linked to China.
Oh, that's good. Glad we do business with them.
There were more articles written about me. Like the headline was Anderson Cooper gets hit by debris, hit in the head by debris, hit by debris.
Oh, sure.
Anderson Cooper is revealing what really hit him during his hurricane coverage back in October.
5 years ago, I would have made a joke saying, a penis.
In October, the CNN host was on the front lines of Hurricane Milton coverage in Bradenton, Florida.
Oh, he's on the front lines. He's so brave.
When viewers watched him get hit in the head by a piece of flying debris. Now, months later, Anderson is addressing the situation during his December 4th appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert with his BFF, Andy Cohen.
What a pretentious room that is. Andy Cohen, Anderson Cooper, and Stephen Colbert in the same room. Douche chills.
So, Anderson, you've covered a lot of hurricanes in your day. And, matter of fact, you almost got hit by a sign years ago.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I've been doing this long enough. I remember making jokes about you then.
Yes.
This year, during Hurricane Milton, you got whacked again, right? This year?
I got hit by something.
There you go.
Which I mean, I got to say, I have never, I thought I had accomplished some things in my career. I thought I had gotten, some things of note or memorable things.
That's an ego thinking we care about his accomplishments.
Anderson admits that he was shocked by the number of articles written about the viral moment.
It's a hurricane. And you're one of the biggest news anchors of this century. Let's go with that.
But he had to clear the air about one thing.
The next day, Andy called me up. He's like, have you Googled yourself? I was like, of course I haven't. You would. I don't Google myself. But he said, do it. So I did. And there were more articles written about me. Like the headline was, Anderson Cooper gets hit by debris, hit in the head by debris, hit by debris.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, it was a piece of styrofoam. I just want to point out. And none of these hundreds of articles said it was styrofoam.
I think people don't have...
Yeah, that's interesting because the media spun it as if he was a victim and he had no control over it.
Have faith in your bone density. Do you think you have the skull of a sparrow?
As for Andy's take on the viral
what a punchline by Colbert.
Of a sparrow.
Sparrow, so funny. Go cry over Trump and shut up.
As for Andy's take on the viral moment, he explains that the mishap resulted in fans wanting the duo to drink even more alcohol during CNN's New Year's Eve coverage.
What if they just began having sex on film?
Real off.
I feel like Andy's too slutty for Anderson, though. Anderson, the princess.
Shoot was that what I got is, Andy, you need to serve this man plenty of alcohol on New Year's because of what he has been through this year.
This is what it says. Watching Anderson Cooper earn his New Year's Eve party.
Yes.
This one says, CNN better let Anderson Cooper black out on New Year's Eve for this.
All right. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773.
Hey, it's Mariah. Thank you so much for listening to my music on Spotify.
You're welcome.
Your support through the years is the greatest gift I could ask for.
It's time to set the record straight. Mariah Carey is shutting down speculation that a recent video from her is AI.
It sounds like AI.
This year, we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of my album, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy listening to it, and I can't wait to share new music with you.
Should have never talked that fast. Should I talk like this? They probably spat it up.
Soon. Happy holidays.
Because it looks real, but who knows what AI at this point.
The video was sent out to her top fans on Spotify Wrapped. Fans quickly took to social media, some of them saying they believed the video was fake. One wrote, "No effing way you people actually think that's not AI."
All right, so there's that, and then there's this.
Paris Jackson is engaged. The only daughter.
She's engaged to a man. I think she's bi. She's got that bi energy. Bisexual girls love me. Until the breakup.
Paris Jackson is engaged. The only daughter of Michael Jackson is sharing the happy news of her engagement to her bandmate Justin Long in a sweet birthday message to her partner.
That's dangerous, to marry the bandmate. That's not the smartest decision ever.
She writes on a December 6th Instagram post, quote, "Happy birthday, my sweet Blue. Doing life with you these last years has been an indescribable whirlwind, and I couldn't dream of anyone more perfect for me to do it all with."
All right, I'll do it with you right now. 856-49 Hoppe.
Stranded astronauts Sunita Sunny Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore have reached a major milestone in space.
Are they back yet?
The two NASA astronauts have officially been at the International Space Station for 6 months.
I wonder if they're starting to lose it.
Butch and Sunny, who've been stuck in space since June after a malfunction with their Boeing Starliner, were originally planned to be at the ISS for only 8 days. However, due to the spacecraft's equipment failure, they aren't expected to return home to Earth until February 2025 on a SpaceX flight.
I feel like not enough is being done to grab them.
So while Butch and Sunny's voyage has taken an unexpected turn, the duo
Elon, go get him!
Seem to be making the most of their additional time at the ISS. With Sunny revealing their fun plans for Thanksgiving during a November 27th interview on NBC's Nightly News with Lester Holt.
It's really awesome. Our mission control, flight control teams gave us tomorrow off, so our plans are, as usual, get up and work out, do the turkey trot, and then watch a little Macy's Day Parade. And
it is trippy seeing her in space.
And we have a bunch of food that we've packed away that is Thanksgiving-ish.
The 58
It's like a cracker.
year-old then gave a status update on how she and Butch were feeling after being in space for such an extended period of time.
You can see, part of being in space is working out. We work out a couple times, 2 hours a day, aerobic and anaerobic exercise. You can see Butch right here and Nick right over here. Our bodies change a little bit while we're up here, and that's why we have to work out so much. Some people call it space buff.
With Sunny reassuring everyone that they're more than comfortable with their galactic accommodations.
Hey, we're feeling good.
Of course she's going to say that. What's she going to say? I hit it up here. Grab me.
Working out, eating right. It's just awesome, and we have a lot of fun up here, too. So, people are worried about us. Really don't worry about us.
Wow, maybe they're like, we get some time away from our spouses.
Tick-tock, clocks a joker playing cruel pranks. Hoppe's hour almost done, feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom then streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Every night like clockwork to a show. Now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine. The void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. to an end, like a roller coaster stopping round the river's bend. Hobbies, jokes, and jabs, these are daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the hobby hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The hobby hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Hoppe Hour is now over.
Happy hour is now over.
Game over.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless America.